Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria has been announced for the main event of the White House card, and I am begging the UFC, please legalize weapons inside of the octagon. But seriously, this is a nightmare matchup for Justin Gaethje. I don't know what he's going to do. He can't go backwards. He can't go forwards. I feel like he's just a sitting duck waiting to get KO'd. Unfortunately, this is his third attempt at trying to get the undisputed title, and he's been given Khabib right after his father passed him. Charles Oliveira, who we just saw last weekend, put on another dominant display right after getting stripped of the title, and now Ilia Topuria post-divorce at the White House. It's the hardest slate in UFC history. Nobody is as unlucky as Justin Gaethje. This is going to be an absolute massacre in the octagon. So let's break it down stylistically. Justin Gaethje is not a back foot fighter. We saw him do a great game plan against Paddy Pimblett where he marched forward to stop the takedowns and stuff them and then apply pressure with his hands. But you can't back up Ilia Topuria. We've seen he refuses to take a backward step. You saw it against Charles Oliveira. Charles had the clear strength advantage, and yet Ilia stood in the pocket and traded big shots. And if you're trading big shots in the pocket with Ilia Topuria, you're going to get knocked out. Justin Gaethje just gets hit way too often. Every time in every fight, he's getting rocked at least once. Paddy had him hurt in the fifth after being dominated the entire fight. It just doesn't bode well. You are going to get caught with big shots, and big shots put you out. You can survive a couple from Ilia. Ilia doesn't have an instant knockout power to where the first punch he lands, like Francis Ngannou, is going to put you to sleep. But a random one's going to, and it's going to be out cold. We've seen Justin Gaethje flat on his face in the octagon before by people who hit way less hard than Ilia Topuria. I mean, we just have to look at common opponents. Max Holloway slimed Justin Gaethje out and got slimed out by Ilia Topuria. Charles Oliveira put down Justin Gaethje and subbed him. Ilia Topuria slimed out Charles Oliveira in one round. I'm sorry, I'd love to see Justin Gaethje as an undisputed champion and for an American to do it at the main event of the White House card, but it's just never happening. The odds for this fight are going to be ridiculous. There might be a little bit of money on Justin Gaethje just based on how skewed the odds are going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if Ilia Topuria is a 4-1 favourite. Is there always a puncher's chance? Yes and no. Ilia's been cracked with some of the biggest shots. Jai Herbert landed clean shin to chin, put him down, and yet did not put him out, and a round later got slept unconscious. It's not like he can't take a big shot. Charles elbowed him heavy. Max was piecing him up in the pocket at times in that fight. Ilia's got a great chin and dynamite in his hands. I don't think that Justin Gaethje has one-punch knockout power. We saw in the Paddy Pimblett fight, he can hurt people, but his actual finishing ability isn't quite at the same level as we thought it might be. When was the last time we saw Justin Gaethje finish a fight with his hands? We're going back years and years now. Yes, he put on a dominant display against Paddy Pimblett, and maybe it's just that Scousers actually don't get knocked out. But how did he not knock him out? You're not going to beat Ilia Topuria over 5 rounds because his power is a threat for the entire fight. So we're going to have to look for the KO. And do I think that Justin Gaethje has the ability to slump Ilia Topuria by landing clean on him in the pocket and putting him out with 1 or 2 punches? I simply do not. Now, I would love to see personally Justin Gaethje with some sort of handheld weapon versus Ilia Topuria. That's a pick'em. Maybe a head guard. Give him a head guard in the fight. On the other side, this would be one of the biggest upsets in UFC history. Possibly the biggest. When I think back to major upsets, I think of Sean Strickland beating Israel Adesanya. That level of upset is minor league compared to this. It would be like if Steve Erceg had beaten Pantoja, potentially even on steroids. I'm telling you, the perceived gap between these two fighters, especially by me, I've said it throughout the whole video that I think it's a complete mismatch. But if Justin Gaethje were to actually pull this off, he would get a statue at the White House. Put him as the 48th president. That's where he deserves to go. It's all well and good saying he's got a slim chance, but it's already over. Ilia Topuria has already posted 18-0 on his story, which means it's written. Having Volk, Max, Charles and Justin slimed out back to back on your resume is one of the greatest 4-fight runs in UFC history. Correction, it is the greatest 4-fight run in UFC history. What Ilia Topuria is doing in the UFC is something special, and the only man left for him is Islam Makhachev. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see my breakdown of what Ilia versus Islam would look like, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more.